Quizzer of the Year is something that we have put together to find the best of the best amongst the 12 young quizzers who qualified into the national semi-finals. The top 4 teams, one from each zone, 3 students each. That is the composition of the 12 quizzers who will take part in Quizzer of the Year, which is a short, snappy solo quiz which will be played on the Kahoot platform. Let us go and meet the people who you will see fighting it out in these Quizzer of the Year in this match. The contenders are these: Advait, Adya, Avni, Harshit, Kavish and Krishiv, Mithilesh, Pulkit, Rohan, Satvik, Tejas and Vrinda. Welcome to Quizzer of the Year in Smartacus 2022, the Hindustan Times National Interschool Quiz for Indian students between the grades of 5 and 12. The rules and regulations, I will quickly take you through them. Quizzer of the Year, the final will be conducted on Zoom and Kahoot simultaneously. It should be preferably try and play them on the same device, on the same platform or the laptop or system that you're logged in on. Please ensure that you sign in to Kahoot. You're already in Zoom. When the Kahoot screen comes up, it will be a link that is shared on the Zoom chat that you are in. Click on the link and then you go to the Kahoot screen. Please enter the email ID with which you have registered for Smartacus 2022. That is the first screen that will come up. And the second will ask you for your nickname, but please ensure your full name. Please do not use something like Super Tiger or Pathan or something like that. All right. So please make sure that you enter your full name. The first and the last name is what is important. Please ensure you have good internet connectivity. This is a live quiz. If you drop off, you can, of course, join the same link back, but the questions will not be repeated. Please make sure the questions will not be repeated. You will just be joining back from whichever question it is in if you get logged off. Please make sure that your video stays on throughout the quiz. For the benefit of all 12 of you, know that all the students have an HD School proctor in the room with them. So this will be as fair a match as any that we have had. Please adhere to the protocols set out in these rules. The winner of Smartacus 2022 Quizzer of the Year will be declared within 2 working days. That's 48 hours of working hours. So by Tuesday, 6 p.m. on Tuesday is when we will declare the winner. The reason for that is sometimes on Kahoot, you do get a podium and scores which come up. However, please disregard any score updates because at the end of the match, in these 2 working days, the HD School team will go through each and every answer given by the 12 students to make sure that no spelling mistakes or apostrophes or pronunciation or punctuation marks are penalized, right? So please disregard the scores if any come up at the end of the Kahoot match. We will come out with the official results after 2 working days by Tuesday, 6 p.m., right? Please keep all other tabs closed. Only Zoom and Kahoot, when you are logged in, should be open. Let us move on quickly now. Let us give you the instructions for Kahoot. You will get the Kahoot link in the chat box of this Zoom call. Join only from there, not from anywhere else. Please keep the Zoom call going in the background. The quizmaster, Dr. Naveen Jaikumar, will be speaking out. He might give you some hints if he's feeling benevolent, which he almost always is. And so you don't have to see the Zoom call. Just keep it on in your headphones or on the microphone and stay on Kahoot throughout. You can, of course, toggle between screens, but it is not required. So you can just hear Dr. Naveen and play on Kahoot throughout. The same email ID should be entered in the Kahoot login screen and the same first name and last name with which you are registered. Don't use superhero or super Sherlock or anything like that. Your first name and last name is all we want. Let's move on, please. 30 questions in Quizzer of the Year. Remember, this is a solo effort. So unless, of course, you want somebody from your team to win instead of you, please do not help each other. Play solo on your systems. This is a lone wolf solo quiz. I cannot stress that enough. There are 2 kinds of questions. There are some multiple choice questions, which are easy peasy for the likes of you. And most of them are type in answers, your answer must match exactly with the various answers that we have coded into the backend. Please do not worry if something goes wrong, because as I said, we will take 2 working days to look through every answer, but be careful while typing all the same. You do not need to toggle and go to the submit button all the time. After you type in your answer, a simple enter on your laptop keyboard should do the trick. You can, of course, use the submit button if you want. Please ensure that you enter your answers only on the Kahoot platform. Do not unmute, do not blurt out the answer, and definitely do not answer on the Zoom call in any case. If it is an MCQ, you will see the options come up on your screen after the quizmaster has given out his speech. And then you can, the moment you see options, you can click. The moment you see some options on your screen, you can click. The moment you see a type box on your screen, you can type in. That is your cue, thumb rule. The timer will begin immediately, and you can see it or at the top or the bottom of your screens. Once the timer is up, you will not be able to mark an answer or type in an answer. Let us move on. Already mentioned, if you lose internet connectivity, log back in, click on the same link and join back. However, the questions will not be repeated. You might lose 1 or 2 questions or more if it is unfortunate, but the questions will not be repeated. Please do not try to move to the next screen on Kahoot. The screen will move automatically once the quizmaster is doing it at his end. For type in questions, just type in small case. The case is not important. All caps is fine. No caps is fine. But do ensure there are no punctuation marks. I'm not looking for any hyphens, apostrophes, commas, colons, semicolons, exclamations, nothing at all. Just type in small case without any punctuation marks. You can see an example there, Amitabh Bachchan and Amitabh Bachchan in the uppercase. Anything is fine. The last few rules for Kahoot. Your quizmasters for today, of course, Dr. Naveen Jaikumar, who has been gracious as always. We cannot hope for a better quizmaster for an event of this stature. Avinash Mudaliar, our patron saint of quizzing at Smartacus 2022. He is not here today, but I'm sure he is with us in spirit.
Thank you, Meghasham, and welcome to the final of the final, the best individual of our top 4 teams of our zonal finals of Smartacus 2022, and we have them all on the Kahoot, and now they're going to play individuals against each other for the title Quizzer of the Year. Here's the first question. What phrase, which we might see a bit of during the India-Australia Test series, is this? I want a phrase. In US street slang, it is a 2-word phrase that means idle chatter and is over 100 years old. We know it in India in a cricketing context where it refers to intimidatory fast bowling targeted around the batsman's face and neck. I'm looking for 2 words. The first word is 4 letters long and the second word is 5 letters long. And the first word refers possibly to a part. Take a look at that visual there, at that particularly aggressive bit of playing, bowling. We have about 5 seconds left and we have 7 answers so far. No negative marks, so please put in anything that you'd like to. And here we have several options. Face anger is a good try. Short ball, bouncer. The answer was chin music. Okay, chin music is referring to this particularly aggressive kind of bowling. Here is the second question. Complete this list of movies. Ek Tha Tiger 2012, Tiger Zinda Hai 2017, War 2019, Blank 2023, which is what we want, and Tiger 3, which is scheduled for 2023. And you can see a visual there and it says Yash Raj Films Spy Universe. No one got the first question, so this is the one where things are going to change. A little bit of spelling variation is acceptable. We will take that into account. Okay, I think we have 11 out of 12 people answering this question and attempting it. And the right answer is Pathan. Okay, all 7 of you got that right. So now things are going to change and we are going to have some names come up on the leaderboard. So that was the answer was Pathan, which all of you have seen, I'm sure, and enjoyed. One of the biggest films in Indian movie history. Questions coming up: from whose press conference comment was it named, though he has since expressed regret for it? All clues on the bottle. And you can see the bottle there. It says K Mara Bobo. And you can see a colored flag there, blue and white. So I'm looking for a name. Look at that flag of a certain country, and that might give you a clue. And I can tell you that the language is Spanish. So the blue and white flag is a very famous flag of a Latin American country. Okay, and let's see. Okay, how many of you, someone wrote Bolsonaro, not the right answer, but 8 of you have got that right. Lionel Messi, or just Messi would be fine for us, and that would fetch you points. Here comes the next question. What is special about the McPlant? It's a trademark name. A new burger launched at select McDonald's restaurants recently. A 2-word description would be fine. Look at the name McPlant, but it looks like a completely different kind of burger there. Right, so vegetarian patty is also acceptable. I think 2 people have got it on the dot. Here's your next question. You can see a toothpaste tube there. This element forms a very hard complex salt with calcium phosphate, which our tooth enamel is made of, that is insoluble in most acids. It is therefore used in toothpaste to enhance tooth protection. Which element? I'm just looking for the name of an element, a chemical element. I think everyone is through, so I think we can move ahead to the answer if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. So we are accepting fluorine, and I would accept fluoride as well. A lot of you might have seen this on the cover of several toothpastes. Fluorine is the right answer. Well done. 6 of you have got that right. Okay, so a lot of health benefits from fluorine, as you can see there. Not only about teeth, antibacterial properties, and tooth decay. Here comes the next question. Which famous artist created the hand-drawn illustrations that embellish the Constitution of India? You have 4 options there. You can see some wonderful drawings that he has done there. This one is from the Ramayana. So which artist is this? Is it Yamini Roy? Is it Binod Bihari Mukherjee? Is it Nandalal Bose? Or is it Abanindranath Tagore? Right. So 7 of you said Abanindranath Tagore, which is not the right answer, but 4 of you have got it right. Yes, it is the famous artist Nandalal Bose who did that. Which river, moving to geography, dubbed the lifeline of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat, originates in the Amarkantak Plateau in Madhya Pradesh? It is also named Reva. Is it the Sabarmati? Is it the Tapti? Is it Narmada? Or is it the Dudhi? 20 seconds left. Okay, Narmada was the right answer, and 8 of you have got that right. Yes, it is the Narmada River. There you go. One of the 2 rivers of India that flow to the west. Which weapon, next question, is wielded by both Shiva in the Hindu trinity and Neptune or Poseidon in the Greek trinity of gods? Is it the mace? Is it a bow? Is it a spear? Or is it a trident? Well done. All 12 of you have got that right. So this one depends on who got there first. Next question. Who received his first ever letter addressed this? And you can see there it says Privet Drive, Little Wingeon in Surrey. And most importantly, the cupboard under the stairs. All 12 of you have registered your answers. So let's move on and see. Yes, 12 of you have got that right. Okay, and that is Harry Potter, and all of you got that right. Here is the next one. You have to type it in. Which popular generic product takes its name from this action word. And you can see that there. The word comes from a Hindi word which means to knead or to massage. This word came over to Britain during the colonialist era and began to be used in the 19th century in terms of hair washing. I'm looking for a simple one-word answer. See the visual there and what do you think that product might be? Okay, all 12 answers are in. Head and Shoulders, that's a brand. We are looking for a simple answer, shampoo. And 9 of you got that right. Well done. So that is a generic product. So we will not accept Head and Shoulders. That's a brand. Here is the next one. You have to type in which character from the Marvel Cinematic Universe only communicates by saying, I am blank. The blank being his name. Here is a visual, but I'm not sure how much that will help you because there are a whole lot of characters there. He just says, I am blank. That is his only dialogue for any situation in these series of films. All 12 answers are in, so we can move in. And let's see. Someone has written Iron Man, but Groot is the right answer. All 12 of you, I think, have got that right. All of you, all up to date on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But let's see how many of you got that fast enough. Name the previous record holder seen holding the ball in this image. LeBron James recently broke the 38-year-old record held by the other person seen in the visual to become NBA's all-time leading scorer. We have one more person get to attempt and they have about 20 seconds left. You can just put down any name that you think. So all 12 answers are in. Let's move in and see what participants have written. Okay, so Kareem Abdul Jabbar is what. Let's move on to the next question. Here is the next question coming up. Salman Rushdie's latest novel is inspired by the real-life history of which famous medieval kingdom in South India? And you can see that there. It says Victory City. And I would encourage you to try and translate that and you'll get the name of a famous medieval kingdom. Translate that into Hindi if you want to, or Sanskrit. We still have time and one more player left to enter their answer. Then we'll take a look at what Victory City is. Okay, all 12 answers are in. I think we can press skip and go on. Okay, someone has written Vijayanagar Kingdom, which is also acceptable. So we will give marks for that. And there are our official answers. Kahoot, by the way, allows only 4 different possibilities to be entered as alternate answers, which is why we can't enter an indefinite number. So, but we will manually go through these and give points as well. So that is Vijayanagara or Victory City translated into English. The French author Charles Perrault laid the foundations for a new literary genre. Look at the picture and guess which genre is this. Take a look at that picture. Is it detective fiction? Is it magic realism? Is it gothic horror? Or is it fairy tale? Okay, all 12 answers are in. We can see that. And only 8 of you said fairy tale. 4 of you thought it is magic realism. You saw Little Red Riding Hood, Puss in Boots, and all those characters there. So it had to be fairy tale. Here's the next question. On travel, the international airport in Madeira is named after which sportsman? You have options there. Is it Vettel? Is it Cristiano Ronaldo? Is it Nadal? Or is it Carlsen? Great sports persons based out of Europe. The international airport in Madeira is named after which sports person? Okay, and 6 of you have said Cristiano Ronaldo, and that is the answer. Next question coming up. The Chinese New Year 2023 celebrations began on January 22nd. With which animal in the Chinese zodiac is this year associated? Is it rooster, sheep, rabbit, or monkey? Okay, all 12 answers are in, and 9 of you got the right answer, which is rabbit. So 2023 happens to be the year of the rabbit. Buddy Guy and Taj Mahal were among those who recently played at a Mumbai music festival devoted to which genre of music? Is it jazz, or rap, or reggae, or blues? Okay, all 12 answers are in, and 7 of you said blues, which is the right answer. Good for you. So, this is the Mahindra Blues Festival. It's one of the really great blues festivals and one of the great popular music festivals in India. Next question. Under what name does he work in Telugu films? So, in Hindi, he has worked under the name M.M. Cream. And in Tamil, he has worked under the name Maragatamani. So some spelling variations are acceptable. So he's a music composer behind one of the songs which has captured the imagination of the Americas and at the Golden Globes as well recently. And a song by him is also in contention at the Oscars. We have 15 seconds and a couple of more players left to answer. Okay, time is up. And the answer we were looking for is Keeravani, okay, behind the famous Nattu Nattu song from RRR. Any of you have written anything sounding like Keeravani, we will be giving it to you. Don't worry. But if any of you have written Kirmani, as in Syed Kirmani, that's not the answer. Okay? All right. Moving on to the next question. Again, type in the answer. Which Indian, better known perhaps in the political arena, wrote the poems Palanquin Bearers and Coromandel Fishers? Famous person associated with the Indian freedom movement. Which lady is this? She was also a famous poet. About 45 seconds left, and all 12 have entered, so we can jump to the next slide. Okay, so the answer is Sarojini Naidu. Okay, so Sarojini Devi Naidu. Okay, but Sarojini Naidu is what we were looking for. 11 of you got that right. Well done. Which one-word title is this that references the extra 25%? I'm looking for a short 5-letter word. It says there, this is about the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, and he bestowed this title on the Rajput rulers of Jaipur in 1699, feeling that they were 25% more brave and handsome than the rest of the world. The first of them built the Jantar Mantar Observatory. So you can see the main flag of this royal family, and above that, a similar flag, quarter the size, flying on top. So what one-word title is this that refers to that extra quarter or 25%? So if you think of the Jantar Mantar observatories, you can think of the ruling family of a famous kingdom in the northwest. So this was a very young 15-year-old Jai Singh who was asked to report to Aurangzeb, and Aurangzeb was so impressed with him that he said he's worth 25% at least of another famous Mirza Raja Jai Singh. So he's known as Savai. Savai means 25, and that's how you get the name Savai Jai Singh, Savai Man Singh, etc. So the word Savai means 25 or a quarter, which is why it's visually demonstrated on the flag of a quarter extra above the main flag. If you visit the Jaipur Palace, you will see this flag flying there. Okay? Here is the next question coming up. Where would you come across a security threat in day-to-day life? A UV light is often used to verify its presence. Is it currency notes, Velcro fittings, zippers, or mercerized fabric? Quick answering there by everyone, so we can all have answered, so we can press skip and move to the answers. There you go. 9 of you got that right. Currency notes. If you see that little strip on your currency notes, you would have noticed this security thread, okay, which helps it to differentiate from fake notes as well. Moving on to the next question of this quiz. Only 12 people have done this so far, and the last of them was Eugene Cernan. What feat are we talking about? Did they play golf on the moon? Did they sail around the world in a yacht? Had they gone to Mars, or did they walk on the moon? Very quick answering there once again. Okay, walk on the moon is the right answer. Eugene Cernan was the last man on the moon. In fact, his autobiography also describes him as that, the last man on the moon. Next question coming up. Which city are we talking about here? You can see a visual of that. Interestingly, this city, which was inaugurated in 1960, it was a purpose-built city. It was a constructed city in an unconventional shape of an airplane. Okay, so the city itself was kind of like a wing with two wings on the side and the fuselage in the center. The architects were Oscar Niemeyer and Lucio Costa. So which city is this? Is it Brasilia, Stockholm, Chandigarh, or Khartoum? All 12 answers are in. So let's see what our participants have attempted. There we go. 7 of you said Brasilia, which is the right answer. Good for you. Now, moving on to the next question. This kind of bamboo mat is used to make what kind of food? You can see it's partly rolled up. So think of the shape of a food which looks a little cylindrical. The mat itself looks quite Asian. Bamboo mat, typical of Asia. Short, one-word answer. Okay, all 12 answers are in. Let's move on. Noodles, corn, no. Sushi is what I was looking for. Sushi. And that is the right. 10 of you got that right. Very, very quickly. Moving on to the next question, you have to type in the box. What is this type of triangle called, derived from the word for uneven? You can see that picture there. This is not an equilateral triangle. You can see all three have different lengths, the three sides. What is the name given to this kind of triangle? Simple school geometry, and all of you have answered that very, very quickly. I'm sure we have 12 correct answers, so let's take a look. Okay, not delta or scalar or isosceles, it is scalene is what we're looking for. That's a scalene triangle, and 10 of you got that right. Well done. Next question. What is the botanical name for such structures? Simple one-word answer, either singular or plural will be fine. Green structures found directly under the petals. They provide protection for the flower as a bud and also support the petals when in bloom. Rapid answering there, school botany. One more person yet to answer. Okay, all 12 answers are in. Let's move to the answer. Not cotyledon or petal. It's not a carpel. So we were looking for sepal or sepals. Both of these are acceptable. Moving on to which is the third host nation. And let's take a look at that picture. You see FIFA World Cup 2026. You see two names there, Canada and the United States, which is the third host country. Some quick answering happening there, and then it's slowed down a bit. Now we have 6 answers, 7, 9, 10. Think of the region. Remaining 2 are yet to try. Think of the region. Canada, US, and therefore the third country would be, someone is still thinking what to write there, and all 12 answers are finally in. Okay, we can skip to the answers. Okay, a lot of different answers have come up here. The answer is Mexico. I said think of the region, Canada, US, and Mexico. I don't think they will have to be able to jump from US to Brazil and then or any other country. So Mexico is the third. 6 of you got that right. The third host nation for the next FIFA World Cup. Okay, so that is the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and those are the 3 host nations. The next one is on movies coming up. Which movie achieved this distinction at the Oscars? Take a look. Nominated for 7 awards at the US Academy Awards and winning 3 awards. This is the first superhero film to receive a Best Picture nomination. Which was the first superhero film to receive a Best Picture nomination? Was it Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man No Way Home, Avengers Infinity War or Black Panther? All right, 6 of you, I'm surprised. 6 of you only said Black Panther. 7 of you went for Avengers Infinity War. Which animal now is depicted on the logo of Firefox? As you know, Firefox is a free and open source web browser developed by Mozilla in 2002. You can see the shape of that animal there. Is it a giant panda, a red panda, a raccoon, or a flying fox? All 12 answers are in, rapidly attempted there. And that was the last question of this quiz. Coming up is the last question. Here it is. What are these functional units called? You can see kidney there. So what is a functional unit of a kidney? Is it called a neuron? Is it an alveoli, myocytes, or nephrons? All 12 answers are in. I hope all of you got that right. Let's take a look at what you've attempted. Let's move on. 11 of you said nephrons. Okay. 1 of you said neurons. Neurons are in the brain. Myocytes are muscles. Nephrons are in the kidneys. Thank you all for playing Quizzer of the Year. Have a wonderful year ahead. And do keep in touch with the HT School website for many, many more exciting quizzes coming up for you. Thank you, and over to you, Meghashan.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Naveen Jayakumar. I think Smartacus 2022 has been a much better quiz simply by having you to conduct these finales and to conduct these marquee quizzes. So thank you so very much for sparing the time and being a part of this. I think not only the students who took part, but all of us behind the scenes have been richer off for this experience of just being in the same quiz with you. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. A big shout out to all 12 quizzers from the 4 zones, zonal champions. There is a Delhi Public School, Sector 45, Gurugram, the North Zone champions, Padma Sheshadri Bal Bhavan, Nungambakkam, Chennai, the East Zone champions. Then there is the West Zone champions and runners-up in this year's Smartacus 2022, Gokuldham High School from Mumbai. And the national winners of Smartacus 2022, Sri Kumaran Children's Home from Malasandra. 3 students each from these 4 teams taking part in Quizzer of the Year. So thank you, all 12 of you. Thank you to all your teachers, the school coordinators, and the parents who made this possible, even at the fag end of what I'm sure is a hectic academic session. So thank you for being a part of Smartacus 2022. And a big thank you, of course, to the entire team at HT School who put this quiz together, who stitched it together. As they say, it takes a village. And I believe for Smartacus 2022, that village has been the entire team at HT School. The designers, the people who made the outreach to all the schools, the coordinators, the people who made sure that everybody was logged in on time, and everybody who made sure that the presentations ran smoothly, the videos got recorded smoothly, and of course, those beautiful edits of the video team who make sure that these memories will stay on in the internet for time immemorial. So thank you to all of you. This is me, Meghashan Shirodkar, saying goodbye from Smartacus 2022, the Hindustan Times National Interschool Quiz for Indian students between the grades of 5 and 12, saying goodbye for the very last time this season. We will, of course, be back with the next season of Smartacus, that is Smartacus 2023. Some of you will have passed on from your schools, so you will no longer take part, but I'm sure you will put in place juniors who are mentored just so to do as well, if not better, than what you did this year. Thank you to everybody who's been a part of this. A big congratulations to the national champions this year, Sri Kumaran Children's Home from Malasandra near Bengaluru in Karnataka, and an equally big congratulations to the runners-up at the national finals, which is Gokuldham High School from Mumbai. If all of you are as interested in quizzing as you have shown in Smartacus, and everybody else who's watching us love quizzing and general knowledge as well, do head on over, as Dr. Naveen rightfully said, to a little corner that we call Quizverse on htschool.hindustantimes.com. You can play a lot of good quizzes there. Of course, we cannot promise that Dr. Naveen will be there to conduct them, but the quizzes will be good. You can even turn quizmaster yourself and ask quizzes to a young generation of quizzers like yourself. And of course, a lot of reading material and articles on current events and general knowledge that you can use to brush up and become better quizzers yourself. Who knows, a few years down the line, one of you might be a guest quizmaster at Smartacus, having graduated, as they say, from the class of Smartacus 2022. So this is me, Meghasham Shirodkar, saying goodbye to each and every one of you who's been a part of the Smartacus 2022 family. Dr. Naveen, a big thank you once again. We will look forward to having you back again and again as long as Smartacus keeps going. And of course, we will look forward to have all these bright young minds back as well. It's been a fantastic year bringing Smartacus to life, and I am sure I will miss those days of logging in, meeting all these young students virtually, interacting with them, and being blown away by the quality of answers that they gave. So thank you once again